Are you an ape? Well, if you are, you're likely an ape not by choice, but you were labeled as an ape, and you ran with that, and you haven't stopped since. So, instead of listening to your overlords on Reddit who can't even get DRS correct, let's look at why this is happening, and hopefully you'll start to think for yourself and realize you're in a PSYOP organization. So, the viral effect. Let's talk about it. The viral effect is a subject of in-depth marketing research which has discovered that cyberspace enables the development of the well-known mechanism word of mouth. That's all Reddit is. Word of mouth, no proof, no evidence, just a bunch of idiots circle jerking about misinformation, which is kind of cute. It can be defined as the use of influencers to generate peer-to-peer product recommendations or buzz. Boss Blunts, Trades, all of your YouTubers who, while most of them may not have been aware, some very much were. It can be defined as the use, again, of influencers to generate peer-to-peer product recommendations or buzz. That's the only thing that's keeping DRS narrative going. The only people that talk about it are misled people from Reddit, and that's the only place you're going to see it talked about because it's in an echo chamber of psychological control. Now, historically, word of mouth was strictly dependent on direct physical contact between peers, which limited its geographical coverage and message proliferation rate. In the information revolution era, word of mouth has evolved into viral marketing, which is defined by Maria Wandrel and others as the transmission of marketing messages through various internet-based channels by peers. Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, all that shit. That's what's happening. Now, during these transmissions, information passes between individuals without the involvement of the original message source, propagating like a virus would, infecting the hosts. Viral marketing techniques therefore aim to incite the viral effect, which can be broadly defined as a process of the exponential proliferation of a message online in which individuals infected by its content share it with their peers through their electronic environment. Now tell me, that is exactly what you people are doing, and you have zero arguments against it. So, in principle, almost any form of uncommon content, under appropriate conditions, may inspire individuals to propagate it amongst their friends, associates, and family. The term viral marketing was coined by Steve Jerviston and Tim Draper to describe the dynamic expansion of Hotmail in 1996, which had advertised its services in the ongoing and outgoing emails of its users. It had allowed the company to grow 24 times larger over a 1-year period. Where did we just see massive growth happen? Reddit. In the 21st century, viral marketing techniques have focused mostly on the use of short, interesting, and unconventional videos. One of the first advertisement campaigns to do so was by the blender manufacturer, Blend Tech, which had prepared a series of online videos entitled Will It Blend? It presented tests of its products using unusual items, such as expensive smartphones, wooden boards, or watches. This unique approach to advertising hit the mark as the series went viral. Blend Tech's YouTube account quickly became very popular, just like every other person that recorded or reported on AMC last year. And since then, many companies have tried to use viral marketing techniques. However, very few have succeeded. The Red Bull space jump, Old Spice's I'm on a Horse, and the LG elevator prank are worth mentioning. The viral effect is not only limited to professional advertisements, the same mechanics are exploited by hobbyists and amateurs. In fact, a large part of the going viral content is created purely for fun and not for profit, released on social media such as YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, or their national equivalents, for example, Contacte or Contacte. Most involve random, usually ridiculous, interesting, unusual, emotional, or appalling events and situations, which attract the interest of the netizens who are ultimately responsible for their further propagation among their peers. Others contain unusual references to mass culture, like apes. In this context, it must be emphasized that the features that constitute the viral effect could theoretically be used to increase the scope and efficiency of psychological operations. To begin with, the viral effect ensures the fast and exponential proliferation of messages reaching diverse groups due to the specificity of multi-layered interactions in social media. This is impossible with traditional PSYOP methods in cyberspace. Moreover, going viral is also elusive and inexpensive in nature, as the transmission of messages depends strictly on the receivers, who are always important for online propaganda during military conflicts. Finally, viral marketing methods compared to both traditional advertising and classic PSYOP techniques can also be seen as less interruptive and more credible, thus limiting the possible negative effects of a propaganda campaign. Yeah, there's nothing negative for all these idiots running around and telling everyone to DRS their shares, other than the fact that, you're going to cost people money because you have no idea what you're doing, and you are only doing what you're doing because you saw it on Reddit. You never verified it. Enough verification for you is another ape who's clueless to say, oh, well, he DRS'd his shares, I'm going to DRS my shares. Monkey see, monkey do. That's why you're an ape. Now, in order to increase the chances of the occurrence of the viral effect in PSYOPs, a number of conditions should be considered. To start with, its appearance is dependent on the content of the message, which needs to be presented in an easily receivable, interesting, and unconventional form, like this. DRS your shares. Come poo chair. We're going to do this and this and this, despite documents and evidence and basically everything under the sun that debunks this shit. The only place you're going to get anyone argue against it is someone who DRSs their shares. It's fucking hilarious. Now, again, humor, violence, and sexuality are usually the themes that can influence individuals to transmit the message, as they are the easiest way to arouse emotions. This feature is crucial for information warfare, as emotion can infect, you're all infected, recipients with an idea, DRS, and encourage them to disseminate it, which is exactly what you do. Furthermore, although the viral effect was successfully tested in Web 1.0, containing mostly static content or read-only web, nowadays it is strictly dependent on the sophisticated use of social networking. Thanks to the popularity of such services as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, the interconnectedness that they enable, the message, if interesting enough, can proliferate exponentially and almost instantly reach audiences worldwide, except in the case of DRS and Superstonk, not the case. You're in a very, very small echo chamber bubble, and it's just disintegrating every day. Now, this is strictly connected to the broader issue of the network topology, which obviously influenced the spreading of information. As Romualdo Pastor-Storis and Alessandro Vespigani stressed, the typology of the network has a great influence in the overall behavior of epidemic spreading. The connectivity fluctuations of the network play a major role by strongly enhancing the infection's incidence. There is a difference, however, in virus and information proliferation, according to Albert Barbassi and others. The information spreads purposefully, whereas the virus does not, and thus it represents a more complex behavior. Moreover, viral efficiency depends on the level of information and communications technology development of the country or society being targeted. Electronically underdeveloped nations are less susceptible to online propaganda. Simultaneously, societies that are highly dependent on electronic communication pose a more suitable target, as a manipulative message will have a bigger chance to actually go viral, due to the quantity and quality of online interactions. And finally, the population being targeted may be less keen to use the internet in an ordinary manner during a crisis or conflict, as their interest will be drawn away from everyday online activities. Moreover, audiences may be much more suspicious of unknown online content. Thus, the viral effect theoretically should be more difficult to achieve, as the Arab Spring experiences suggest. However, even during serious crises, people tend to use electronic communication extensively for information collection or coordination purposes. That is why in most situations it should still be possible to generate a viral effect that would resonate throughout the targeted society's electronic environment. In summary, viral messages, whether for profit or non-profit, amateur or professional, are unconventional in nature and stand out amongst the plethora of internet content, which is the key to their popularity. They frequently transgress typical online communication methods, therefore attracting the attention of internet users. The viral effect refers to appealing to the interest of the internet users in order to infect them with a concept, idea, or a brand. That's exactly what you just had happen to you, and if you don't see it, I'm sorry, but you're fucking blind. You've been sold, you've been lied to, you've been labeled, and you're playing along with it because of exactly what this paper has been researching. So I hope you feel good about yourself. You need to go hold these fucks accountable that you've been giving your time to, because they have you. They have you fucking by the palm of their hand, and you don't even know why. You have to hope that they are right. And let me tell you, they are not. As a matter of fact, without the use of contemporary social media and various interconnected applications, a trend of this scale would be virtually impossible. As a result, viral messages have emerged a new and powerful phenomenon in online communication. By exploiting emotions and curiosity, they can visibly affect the way internet users see various issues and act offline, which in certain circumstances can be utilized by skillful psychological operations. This shit. You have zero evidence that DRS does anything of the sort that they say. You have zero evidence that MOAS is ever going to happen. You have zero evidence that the shorts did not cover in January of 2021. You have zero evidence for anything, because the only thing you have is nothing, because you've given your time to these people, which is the industry. These are Wall Street. Wall Street owns Reddit. Wake up, motherfuckers. You're all asleep. And by the way, angry comment kids down below, I give zero fucks what you have to say. I'm not upset. I laugh at this. It's kind of sad in a way, but I love it when I get those random comments down below and they think that, like, I care. Like, dude, you're sitting here, you're commenting on my video because you have nothing better to do. You could be going and looking at all this stuff and verifying it for yourself, but instead, you would rather sit there and circle jerk in the comment section. Why? It's because you have nothing to offer, because you give yourself to everyone else. Snap out of it, motherfucker. You don't want to hate me. You want to hate these people. Not me. I'm just a fucking retard. I'm just trying to get you to understand that there are very obvious signs that, and again, the lack of evidence is enough. It should be anyway. But the signs are you're an emotional wreck. You need this to happen, because if it doesn't, you just wasted 2 years of your life for no reason. And guess what? Every day that goes by that MOAS doesn't happen because it's not real and it's never going to happen, that's one more day that they took from you for their big-ass marketing PSYOP campaign. And if you're mad at me for watching this video, guess what? I give zero fucks. So, see you next time.